Ring the Changes with David Bowie at 50.
What I'm used to doing is being very stubborn, obscure, confrontational in my own indulgent way, and enjoying every second of it.
Afterwards, there's a change of pace with Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, Bowie's haunting portrayal of a prisoner of war staring death in the face. Then, Bowie's most spectacular incarnation takes the stage.
Ziggy play guitar, jamming good with weird. Spiders
Spend a night full of changes with David Bowie, starting Saturday at 10 on BBC Two.
What about a nice man for once? Someone you can talk to?
Please, I hate talking. So intimate.
Most people only get one shot at this life.
What is your magic chat-up line?
I just look over their shoulder like I'm going to leave. Works every time.
BBC Two gives you another.
What's yours? Get your coat, love, you've pulled.
This Life starts tomorrow at 11:15 on BBC Two.
The weather details now on BBC Two from Peter Cockroft.
Hello again. Well, it was a very cold start to 1997. In fact, record-breaking cold. Just take a look at this across in Germany. Wednesday morning, minus 25 Celsius at Garda-Legen. That's 22 degrees below what you'd normally expect at this time of year, and about 2 degrees Celsius below the previous January extreme. Well, another very sharp and penetrating frost to come tonight from Moscow through Warsaw across to Germany and also the Low Countries, and that cold weather continuing through the rest of the week. However, you may have noticed a change going on across southern Europe as this milder air manages to make its way across those southern mountains, and that means quite a sharp transition zone between the very cold air and the milder weather pushing up from the Mediterranean. So I think we're going to see quite a bit of snow, not only over the Alps but over the Pyrenees and also over the Balkan Mountains. And the only problem with that, of course, is that once the snow's fallen, the milder air will move in, and I think that is likely to increase the risk. The pressure racing in off the Atlantic. It's going to cause some problems for Northern Ireland, central and southern parts of Scotland overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. Some very strong winds indeed, perhaps severe gale force winds for Northern Ireland, central and southern parts of Scotland, and a good chance that there will be some disruption due to those strong winds. Glasgow Weather Centre has a weather warning out for central and southern parts of Scotland for tonight and tomorrow, and it could be that the Weather Centre at Belfast Airport will be issuing a weather warning later on in the night, so do listen out on your local radio station. So the strongest winds then gusting to between 70 and 75 miles an hour, but elsewhere some strong winds across the United Kingdom, gusts of 55 to 65 miles an hour overnight tonight and indeed into the rush hour tomorrow morning. There will be some rain racing through, but then blustery showers for Northern Ireland, central southern parts of Scotland and northern England. The more persistent rain working its way down into the southeast, some clearer skies coming along behind. Now, with those strong winds tomorrow, it won't be long before the persistent rain clears away, although it is likely to linger all day up in the far north of the British Isles. Perhaps a little bit of sleetiness mixed in with it over the higher ground there. But for most of us tomorrow afternoon, a mixture of sunshine and showers. Those showers few and far between in the southeast. So that's where temperatures are going to reach about 14 Celsius. Up in Orkney and Shetland, probably closer to 5 degrees. Now that weather system racing across the British Isles overnight will punch once again into Scandinavia. We've had several of those features happening over the last few days. So more of that unsettled weather for Northern Europe. More periods of wet and windy weather interspersed with some brighter showery weather. Further south, that's where there's a settled, sunnier theme to the autumnal weather. Now looking at the winds, obviously very strong across northern areas, but wind directions changing for the United Kingdom towards the end of the week. A chillier northwesterly starting to set in. So that means a mixture of sunshine and showers, colder air moving into northern areas, so up over the high ground of Scotland, some sleet and some snow. And as that colder air begins to dig a little bit further south, I think one or two of the showers, particularly over the mountains of Northern Ireland and the higher ground of Northern England, could turn wintry. That's the forecast. Good night.
British justice is supposed to be the best in the world, but some recent trials have looked more like soap operas. Are barristers to blame?
You'll never get any justice in British courts. People won't be bothered with the evidence. It's who's the better showman at the end of the day.
Barristers are salesmen. We're trying to persuade someone to buy our version of facts.
Guilty or not guilty? The Verdict investigates. A new series that tells you everything you ever wanted to know about lawyers but couldn't afford to ask. Next Tuesday at 7:30 on BBC Two.
On BBC Two now, it's midnight, which means just one thing.